just trying to drown a little pain from the past, trying to forget about a love that didn't last. Yeah, she looks like an angel, but a devil's inside, and she never let go without putting up a fight. Someday she'll smile like there's no tomorrow, but tonight she's crying inside. She doesn't want any company. You can tell by the look in her eyes that she's dealing with damage, aches, and pains, missing her one and only. That girl's still hiding out, living inside of lonely. It wasn't like she loved him, or maybe she did, but when she talks about him, she laughs like a kid. Then it's like he walks by and acts like she isn't there, and she just sits and stares. Someday she'll smile like there's no tomorrow, but tonight she's crying inside. She doesn't want any company. You can tell by the look in her eyes that she's dealing with damage, aches, and pains, missing her one and only. That girl's still hiding out, living inside of lonely. Yeah, yeah. Someday she'll smile like there's no tomorrow, but tonight she's crying inside. She doesn't want any company. You can tell by the look in her eyes that the girl's still hiding out, living inside of lonely. Oh, lonely. Side of lonely.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome Tim Kelly.
Gas tank sitting till empty. When I got that text said we need to talk. He said it's not you, it's me. And then my heart broke in that parking lot. I sat there crying for an hour. I needed something to cover up my eyes, and they were half price at the checkout counter. The perfect shade of blue to hide behind. It didn't take no time to get over him. Been living my best life since then, seeing the world through scratched up lenses. Sunsetting on I-10, Mardi Gras, Louisiana, tailgating all day. The night the dogs beat Alabama, Panama City Beach, spring break senior year. They were right there for me to cover up them breakup tears. Meant to be the day I bought them, it'd break my heart if I ever lost them. $10 Texaco classics. Oh, them $1 million cheap sunglasses. Well, I forgot him once in somewhere Carolina, but I turned around, drove 60 miles just to find him in that chair. Guess nobody took him 'cause they ain't deserved. Texaco classics. Oh, them $1 million cheap sunglasses. 10 on a back porch, Eric Church up loud. Summer for the real world, living for the right now. Sunset, no hats in Mardi Gras, Louisiana. Tailgating all day, the night the dogs beat Alabama. Panama City Beach, spring break senior year. They were right there for me to cover up them breakup tears. Meant to be the day I bought them, it'd break my heart if I ever lost them. $10 Texaco classics. Oh, them $1 million cheap sunglasses. Cheap sunglasses.
That is a brand new single from Ansley Davidson. It is called Cheap Sunglasses. I got a couple of pair of those, and you're going to need them in this hot weather we're having in Branson, Missouri. Before that, Kevin Dakin from Canada getting us started. And welcome to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR Indie Country Radio. We are broadcasting live from the Branson Star Theater, right behind the Olive Garden on the 76th Strip. The Nashville Roadhouse Live Show will hit the stage at 8 o'clock p.m. tonight. And special guest Tim Atwood, Grand Ole Opry legend, will be performing with Stevie Lee Woods and the Nashville Roadhouse Live Band. You don't want to miss that show. If you're in the Branson area, you need to come see us in the lobby right now doing the radio thing and get your tickets to the Nashville Roadhouse Live for tonight. We got a big show for you, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of big show, I got Miss Brooklyn Summer going to join us tonight. I did her first radio interview when she was 10 years old. She's 13 now, and we're going to do our second radio interview tonight. That's coming up at the bottom half of this hour, and then at the bottom half of hour number 2, another great Canadian artist, Miss Jolene Harnish, is going to join us on the program. We got lots of great country music on this New Music Friday, so stay tuned, stick around. We're going to have a lot of fun. We want to give a big shout out and thank you to all of the radio stations that replay this program. Great ones like KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com, Country Road 58 from Germany, countryradio.musicbox4friends.com from Belgium, devilscountryradio.com, radiotheking.be, also from Belgium, WVMIradio.com, realradio.us, downtheroadradio.com from Ireland, Bourbon Trail Radio, Top Shelf Radio Texas, RadicalOnlineRadio.com, CountryRadio.lu, 93.9 FM in Luxembourg. We are affiliated with a couple of great Sony Orchard record labels, LakeParadiseRecords.net out of Arkansas, and Major Record Distribution out of the great state of Texas. You can find The Tim Kelly Show everywhere you listen to podcasts like iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music. Just search and Google The Tim Kelly Show, and you will find New Country's Best. Let's get back to more of some of that New Country's Best. How about this traditional country music artist from Canada? His name is Chris Melanson. This is called I Won't Be Crying Over You on The Tim Kelly Show, KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Hands on the clock, tell me it's 2. Once again I'll think of you. When they point to 3 a.m., I start to think of you again. Soon the morning light will come. One more cloudy night is done. I won't be sad, I won't be blue, I won't be crying over you. I won't be crying over you while you're holding someone new. Don't be thinking that I'm blue with teardrops falling over you. I won't be sad that you've gone. Pick up the pieces and move on. Might do the same with someone new, but I won't be crying over and turned away. That was you I seen, I'm sure, yesterday and the day before. Must be plain for you to see. Your leaving doesn't bother me. I won't be sad, I won't be blue, I won't be crying over you. I won't be crying over you while you're holding someone new. Don't be thinking that I'm blue with teardrops falling over you. I won't be sad that you've gone. Pick up the pieces and move on. Might do the same with someone new, but I won't be crying over you. Might do the same with someone new, but I won't be crying over you.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
Pull up a seat and just listen to me. We've made mistakes, but still look at the life we've made. It ain't your fault, no, you did nothing wrong. But I've been thinking lately, this ain't the life I want for me. I think it's time that we realize sometimes the things we broke are better off just left alone. 'Cause even though might be good enough, right now you don't see that I know that there's better for me. And good enough just ain't good enough for me anymore. To tell the truth, well, I've been holding on to something I don't believe in and haven't for so long. I know you tried and you know what to do. We gave it all we had, but still we can't outrun the past. I think it's time that we realize sometimes the things we broke are better off just left alone. 'Cause even though might be good enough, right now you don't see that I know that there's better for me. And good enough just ain't good enough for me anymore. I can't say I'm sorry enough to ever ease the pain of this goodbye. And there's no use in trying when we both know it's been over a long, long time. I think it's time that we realize sometimes the things we broke are better off just left alone. 'Cause even though might be good enough, right now you don't see that I know that there's better for me. And good enough just ain't good enough for me just ain't good enough.
Making her radio debut on the Tim Kelly Show, that is brand new music from Taylor Fugit. It's F-A-F-U-G-I-T-T. Good Enough is the title of the song. She's good enough to be on the radio. That is for sure, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm going to do something next that I rarely do. I'm going to stop that background music for just a second, but I never do this. I never really play a cover song for the artist. I'm all about the independent originals, but I heard this one on TikTok the other day, and I have to play it for you. This artist is somebody that I played in the 80s. She wasn't country then, but maybe she's going that route because she sure could. I'll tell you what. Ray Price had a good hit with this song, but you're going to guess who the artist might be after you hear this little snippet.
Oh, Mama, dear, we're not the fortunate ones, and girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have fun.
Oh, you remember that song from the 80s? That is none other than Cyndi Lauper. You got to check out this one. Heartaches by the Dozen, her country debut on the Tim Kelly Show, KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Heartache number one was when you left me. I never knew that I could hurt this way. And heartache number two was when you come back again. Oh, you came back, but never meant to stay. Now I got heartache by the numbers, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Yes, I got heartache by the numbers, love that I can't win. But the day that I stop counting is the day my world will end. Come on. Heartache number three was when you called me and said that you was coming home to stay. With hopeful heart I waited for your knock at the door. I waited, but you must have lost your way. Now I got heartache by the numbers, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Yes, I got heartache by the numbers, love that I can't win. But the day that I stop counting is the day my world will end. Oh, the day that I stop counting is the day my world will end.
You're listening to New Music Friday on KICR Indie Country Radio.
Well, I was working on my third beer to get the courage to buy your first. Thought you weren't falling for my pickup lines, and then you laughed at one of the worst. One look from those baby blue eyes, well, that moment just stole my heart. Well, who would have guessed that way back then we'd ever come so far? It all started in a bar like this. It all started with a girl like you. Jukebox playing a country song like the one you're listening to. The night wasn't much different than this world we're living in. From can I buy you a drink to that first kiss, it all started in a bar like this. I never wanted that night to end. I never wanted to close that tab. Sorta guessing that all the friends knew when they kinda shuffled on out back, slow dancing through that smoky room, got lost in each other's arms. But who would have guessed that way back then we'd ever come so far? It all started in a bar like this. It all started with a girl like you. Jukebox playing a country song like the one you're listening to. The night wasn't much different than this world we're living in. From can I buy you a drink to that first kiss, it all started in a bar like this. So now here we are right where it all began. Was it the neon lights or the look in your eyes? It takes me back to when it all started in a bar like this. It all started with a girl like you. Jukebox playing a country song like the one you're listening to. The night wasn't much different than this world we're living in. From can I buy you a drink to that first kiss, it all started in a bar like this. It all started in a bar like this. It all started in a bar like this.
His name is Michael Hernandez. Great country music from the great state of Texas. That is called A Bar Like This. Well, we're in a theater like this at the Branson Star Theater. The Nashville Roadhouse Live Show will kick off at 8 p.m. Central Time right after the Tim Kelly Show, and it's going to be a great show. Great country music, a little bit of rock and roll thrown in there, and a whole lot of fun. If you haven't got your tickets, come on down to the Branson Star Theater right behind the Olive Garden on the 76th Strip, and they will take good care of you right here at the box office. And pretty soon I'm going to be smelling popcorn and all the stuff they got going on at the concession stand as well. But I'll be okay, ladies and gentlemen, for the next 2.5, 3 hours. We're going to have a great radio interview coming up with my good friend Brooklyn Summer in just a little while as well. This next artist is from Adair, Oklahoma. He is Cody Hibbert. This is called Looking Back Now on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best on New Music Friday.
Looking back now, I'd have done things different. A lot of coulda, woulda, shoulda dones, but I didn't. Now I'm standing alone in the kitchen, just wishing I'd have took the time to listen some more. Held her hand and held every door. Ended every night and started every morning with some kisses. But you can't go back on it yesterday. Now I'm right in the middle of too little, too late. Looking back now, I'm the reason that the fire burned out. If anybody let anybody down, it was me. And now I see why she walked down. Looking back now, it's coming in clear and loud through the silence of this empty house. I bet she's digging up goodbye gravel on her way out of town. She ain't looking back now. Looking back now, I'd have left her no choice. She needed a man, but I was just a boy. And now it's just me, in the memory of her leaving me. Just looking back now, I'm the reason that the fire burned out. If anybody let anybody down, fire burned out. If anybody let anybody down, it was me. And now I see why she walked down. Looking back, now it's coming in clear and loud through the silence of this empty house. I bet she's kicking up goodbye gravel on her way out of town. Bet she's got that car pointed west with a hammer rolling down. And she ain't looking back now. She ain't looking back now.
Nobody knows new country
Like we know new country.
Indie Country Radio, new country's best.
I woke up this morning with a pain in my head. That old Jack Daniels had done got me again. Like the sun through my curtain, the hurting starts creeping back in. So I stumble to the sink, splash some water on my face. But it ain't enough, girl, to wash you away. When the nighttime comes, I'll be back in that bottle again. 'Cause it's worth a shot to get over you. I won't fill your prison scepter, just want to. Maybe I'll move on, I'll find someone new. But who am I kidding, girl? She ain't gonna be you. And I know that this whiskey won't bring you back to me, but for a moment it'll make this pain stop. That's worth a shot. That's worth a shot. All my friends ask me what's taking so long. You gotta realize, man, she's long gone. She ain't coming back. She ain't gonna walk through your door. No, but I ain't trying to hear that. Bartender, pour me one more. 'Cause it's worth a shot to get over you. I won't fill your prison scepter, just one or two. Maybe I'll move on, I'll find someone new. But who am I kidding, girl? She'll never be you. And I know that this whiskey won't bring you back to me, but for a moment it'll make this pain stop. Girl, and that's worth a shot. That's worth a shot. I'll keep drinking alone at a table for two, wishing I wasn't drunk and still loving you. I'm all out of options. We ran out of time. You found your new love. Maybe I found mine, and that's worth a shot to get over you. I won't feel your presence after just one or two. Maybe I'll move on, find someone new. But who am I kidding, girl? She'll never be you. And I know that this whiskey won't bring you back to me, but for a moment it'll make this pain stop. That's worth a shot. That's worth a shot. Yeah, that's worth a shot. Girl, that's worth another shot.
That is my good friend Trey Calloway and his great song called Worth a Shot. It's worth a shot listening to, and I would go purchase that one if I were you. And he's got a great video to it on YouTube. Worth a Shot, Mr. Trey Calloway. Well, we've got a young lady with us tonight by the name of Brooklyn Summer. I had the pleasure of doing her first radio interview. This is our second radio interview between us, and I'm sure you've been doing more than just me and you probably on the radio, right?
Yeah. Hey, Tim. Hi, everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing really good. I'm super happy to be here.
I'm super happy to have you on the program. Thanks for doing it. We appreciate it, and it's been quite a long time since we've talked. You're growing up, and your music is growing up. We can hear it in your voice.
Oh, yeah.
You're performing all over Nashville. I've been seeing a lot of stuff you've been posting on social media, and we follow each other on TikTok and Twitter. I seen you tweet that out today, and you guys made a nice banner for the interview tonight. That's awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
So,
I play at Alley Taz tomorrow, then a rooftop and stuff. So that's cool.
Awesome. Now, you lived in California last time we talked, but you have since moved to Music City in Nashville, Tennessee. So I bet you're having the time of your life, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm really loving Nashville.
Yeah.
I'm doing things a little differently. I hang out with like the big kids in town, and I'm just really learning from watching them.
Yep, absolutely. Now, I think last time we interviewed you were 10. Now you're 13. So time flies, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You sent me a little guitar in the mail a long time ago for doing your first radio interview. It's got strings on it and everything. I don't know how to play it. I haven't taken any lessons or anything, but I got it hanging right here on my microphone stand, and it's been there for 3 years. Can you believe that? It hasn't come off this microphone stand in 3 years.
That's so sweet. Thank you.
Thank you for sending it to me. I appreciate it. So you're nearing 120,000 streams on all the digital streaming platforms. And you got a great single that you sent to me that we're going to play first tonight called Blues on the Blacktop. And it was co-written by a good friend of mine and yours, Dave Linehan, and several other writers on that too. But Dave Linehan's going to be on my show next Friday. How about that?
That's awesome. Yeah, Dave is really awesome.
Yeah, so you are too. So how did you guys meet?
Oh, I got introduced by him by one of my friends, Scott Barrier. So that's cool. He's one of the writers on that song as well,
yeah,
along with Erica Latza.
Yep, and produced by John Willis. Good stuff. So so you guys, he's been doing a lot of writing sessions. He sent me a song called Squirrel Train, and I've got another one, another one by Dave, and that's a funny song and a fun song. We look out our kitchen window every day and watch the squirrels. We got a feeder out there, and they just go crazy. And we call it Top of the Rock. There's a golf course down here in Branson called Top of the Rock, but we put three big rocks on there, and they climb up to the top and hit that squirrel feeder. So.
That's awesome. Dave is the best. He's so much fun.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
People that you admire in the world of country music are like Gretchen Wilson, Miranda Lambert, the Pistol Annies, Christina Aguilera, and Adele. Boy, there's some good company.
Yeah, they're really awesome. I like those.
Yeah, absolutely. I've heard Gretchen Wilson for a long time. In fact, even before I got into country radio, I was living in Nebraska in the early 90s, and that's when she got started. And my first radio job, my first radio job was in Oklahoma in 1999. But I think Gretchen Wilson had already been out for 5 or 6 years before I started in radio. So, like I said, time flies, but it's hard to believe it. And then Miranda Lambert, my goodness, what a career she's had.
Oh, yeah. That's so cool. But, yeah, Miranda, I really love, Miranda, Lainey, Gretchen. Those are, like, my top 3.
Yep, absolutely. Well, and we've been playing the independent artists now. My show just celebrated 10 years last May of doing this show and helping the independent artists get radio airplay. You mentioned Lainey. Lainey Wilson, we played Things a Man Ought to Know. I think that was the song that really kicked off her career.
Oh, yeah.
So look at her now. She's an actress on Yellowstone, and she's performing at the CMA, winning awards and all kinds of stuff. So you're headed that direction, too. We fully believe that. And, in fact, your promoter, Sherry, and I were talking on the phone about a few weeks ago, and she said, I think this young lady, Brooklyn Summer, is going to be the next Carrie Underwood. What do you think? And I said, I totally agree.
Aw, I love Sherry so much.
She's
you
awesome.
Too,
yep. Now, you might be 13 now, but you're not new to this music thing. You've been performing since the age of 5 years old. Tell us kind of how that got started for you.
Well, I kind of got started because I always grew up listening to country music, but at first it was a talent show in my old school, and I was like, whoa, can I sign up for this, Mommy? And my mom was like, sure, but... yeah, my mom was like, wow, I can't let her sing up there really stupidly. So because I didn't have any like stuff with music yet. So she took me to a vocal coach, and as soon as I opened my mouth, my vocal coach was like, "This kid has a gift." So that's basically how it started.
Wow, that is awesome. And speaking of vocal coach, you're not only a country music artist, you're also an actress and a voiceover artist. And I don't know if I told you this the first time, but I'm friends with a lot of voiceover people in the industry that you hear on radio and television every day. One of the most notable ones is John Willard. He is the voice of country radio as far as imaging goes and the liners that he does for a lot of stations. But he was the voice of the CMAs, and he was the CMA announcer for 20 years until up in about maybe 5 years ago. They started getting a girl to do it, a female. But, yeah, so there's some great voices out there, yours included. But now tell us a little bit about that acting thing, because I also have a video channel called ICTV, or Indie Country Television, and there's a lot of great acting out there in these videos that you guys make.
Oh, wow. Well, you can check out all my films on IMDb. That's basically where everything is. That's the easiest.
That's awesome. And being a model, too. Now, I know you had a deal with a cowboy hat company. I forget the name of it, but are you still partnered up with them, too?
Yeah, American Hat Makers. They make, like, the coolest hats. I love them.
Yeah.
Really cool.
I've seen you model a bunch of those, so that's good stuff.
Sweet.
And the boots you wear all the time, too. I don't know if you got a boot deal, but you got some great cowboy boots, too.
Oh, yeah. I love my cowboy boots.
Yep, that's awesome. You have also done some great things with your voice. You have volunteered your voice for singing for hospice patients and performing at local county fairs and festivals and things like that. So that is so commendable of a young lady like yourself.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You know, I hope it's not too loud here because, you know, the Music City Grand Prix is, like, pretty much outside my window right now.
Oh, nice. Well, we're getting some free music on the radio then, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
No,
I live, like, right... Yeah, because I live, like, right across from the Nissan Stadium.
Oh.
Like, you know, when Taylor Swift was playing there, I could hear her notes, and when I was, like, just standing on my balcony, just watching, I could see everybody just waving their phone lights. It was so cool.
There you go. Hey, football season's coming up. Are you a Titans fan already? Have they converted you?
Oh, yeah.
Have they? Oh no. I don't know if I told you, but I'm a huge Kansas City Chiefs fan, and I'm wearing their Super Bowl ring right now as we speak. So you got to get you a Super Bowl ring, just like I got now.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a great football season. Actually, debuted last night on NBC, the first game, so I'm ready for it.
Oh, awesome.
Now, tell me about your dad, too. We've talked and emailed back and forth a lot. What's he think about living in Nashville? And I know your mom's listening right there beside you, too. How are they liking the move to Nashville?
They love it so much. You know, just everyone here loves it. It's so awesome.
Yep. Well, you know, I lived in California for 4 years, and that's where I went to broadcasting school, was just in San Diego.
Oh, wow.
And so I love the weather out there. But even back in 1990, way before you were born, I left California, and it was crowded then. I couldn't imagine it now. Yes, Nashville's crowded, and there's lots of traffic. But I'll tell you what, if you're into music, that is the place to be. It is Music City, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. You know, the only thing I miss about L.A. is the beach. The beaches are really pretty there.
Oh, yeah. I love that, too. Yeah, I miss that. I used to go down to a place called The Cove in La Jolla and hang out down there. It was awesome. So
oh, that's so cool.
I haven't seen the ocean in 33 years, and I sure do miss it.
Oh, God.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to play this song for you called Blues on the Blacktop, and tell us kind of the collaboration behind this. You mentioned the co-writers and the producer and everything, but how did you get the song? Did they pitch it to you?
Yeah, and I, like, the moment they pitched it to me, I was like, I just, like, loved it the second I heard it. I just knew I wanted to record it.
Yeah,
You
awesome.
know, it's about something I did recently. I left the country boy in the dust.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know at a young age we could.
Adios, amigo.
Yeah, there you go. I didn't know we was going to get to talk about that. That's good stuff right there. You know, and country music is about life experiences like that. It is. It's truly three chords and the truth, and I admire you guys for putting your heart out there and telling your stories and wrapping it up in 2 or 3 minutes in a great country music song. And you sure nailed it with this one, that's for sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're going to play it for you right now, and then we're going to come back and talk a little more with Brooklyn Summer on the Tim Kelly Show. Blues on the Blacktop on KICR Indie Country Radio. New country best on New Music Friday.
Turns out love is a silver-tongued devil. Set me off like a copper-top kettle. Ain't looking back to watch the dust settle. Gonna throw the hammer down, left foot on the pedal and run like a wild desert Mustang. Roll like a runaway freight train. Ride like an outlaw renegade. Drop the top down on the ragtop. Drive with my back to the sunset. Fly through the night till I forget. Try to push the needle to the red. Now run my blues on the blacktop. Left them in the smoke of my rubber burning. Gotta keep these four chrome wheels turning. Don't wanna shed a tear cause you don't deserve it. Something got a highway, the hills are hurting. When I run like a wild desert Mustang. Roll like a runaway freight train. Ride like an outlaw renegade. Drop the top down on the ragtop. Drive with my back to the sunset. Fly through the night till I forget. Try to push the needle to the red. Now run my blues on the blacktop. Soar off the rear view, there's nothing left to see. Full tank of gas and freedom in front of me. Yeah. Run like a wild desert Mustang. Roll like a runaway freight train. Ride like an outlaw renegade. Drop the top down on the ragtop. Drive with my back to the sunset. Fly through the night till I forget. Try to push the needle to the red. Now run my blues on the blacktop. On the blacktop. Now run my blues on the blacktop.
That is so well done, young lady. It is called Blues on the Blacktop. New music from Brooklyn Summer. Man, I was excited when that song came to me in my email.
Thank you so much. I love that song.
Absolutely. That has such a great vibe to it. And, yeah, great production, too. Your producer, I give him a shout-out a little bit ago, but I'll tell you what, it is really well done. John Willis.
Oh, yeah.
What recording studio are you using in Nashville?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Well, we won't give him a shout out then if you're not allowed to. But there's a bunch of good ones. We got lost one time and ended up on Music Row in Nashville. And,
Oh, it's not Willis. Not Willis.
okay. Yep. And we were right down there. There's a lot of old 2-story houses, and boy, inside those studios is where the music and the magic happens. So that's awesome.
Really cool.
Now, let me ask you this. Are you collaborating with Dave Linehan and any of those other folks to write some new music?
Oh, yeah. They've invited me to Countless, and, Dave, Scott, and the rest, they invited me to sing at the Bluebird last month, so that was really, really awesome.
Nice. That is a lot of history right there at that place, isn't there?
Yeah, they're super awesome. Dave's favorite song of mine, I know we talked about this, but Squirrel Train is so awesome.
Yep.
I can jam to that for an entire universe straight and never get tired of it.
Yep. It's a really, really good song. And
yeah, he gets all squirrely and funny.
Yep. We're in the Ozarks, and there's squirrels all over here right now. I'll tell you what, there's trees everywhere on the sides of the roads and the hills in Branson, so that's awesome. It's perfect. You got, let's see, Blues on the Blacktop. It says it's a good old-fashioned, feel-good, toe-tapping, hand-clapping song, and that's what we just heard. So I have to totally agree. I love it.
Thank you so much.
And it says it's reminiscent of that popular 90s country sound. That's what's actually got me into country radio when Garth Brooks was just getting started and Toby Keith and some of those guys from Oklahoma in the 90s, Vince Gill and those guys. So
yeah, I love the 90s. That was so awesome.
Yep, and it's amazing how the decade in country music has stood the test of time, and that's what I feel is going to happen with your music. You're super talented, and we want to congratulate you on your career so far, and I know you got a long road ahead of you in the world of country music. And the best thing you got going for you is your mom right there beside you, and your dad are 150% behind you, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, I love them so much. They're everything to me.
Yep, so... yeah. So when a parent, a mom and dad get behind you, there's nothing going to stop you because they believe in you that much. And I've seen that many times in my career in doing this. We had a young lady, Samantha Laporta. She was about your age when we first met. She was 13. We met her back in 2014. You may know Samantha Laporta. She's living in Nashville now. And I was one of the first country DJs to put her song on the radio. She wrote it. It was called Suburban White Trash. I still have that song. And it was a great song, great title too. Huh? And she had a great career with Radio Disney. She went to being a pop art. She went to pop music just kind of like Taylor Swift did after her run in country. And she had a great run on Radio Disney. And now she's living in Nashville, Tennessee, and back to making music. And it's good to see her still doing her thing that she loves to do.
Sweet. Awesome.
So I sure love getting back together with you tonight. It has been a pleasure. I've been looking forward to this for some time. So
me too. It was so awesome seeing you again.
Yeah, you too. And we'll definitely, won't be the last time. We're definitely going to hook up, and we'll hopefully see you in Nashville, Tennessee. And September 30th, I'm going to be in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm going to MC a country concert called Freedom Jam USA. So we're going to be in St. Louis. So we'll run into you in Nashville one of these days. This radio station's starting to take off after 10 years. So we'll get together in person, I know, one of these days.
All right, partner.
You bet, buddy. Where would you prefer folks reach out to you on social media?
Well, you can just get my music and everything, my Instagram, all my links and social links just from my website, which is just Brooklyn Summer Country.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
You just got to scroll down, and I love my website. It's great. Yep. You just have to scroll down all my social links.
There you go. And I love it. And I know you're on Twitter, too. Whoever's tweeting for you mentioned us and put that banner ad that you made up with our radio station logo and everything.
That's Mom.
That's Mom. Mom's doing her thing. I appreciate you, Mom.
Oh, yeah.
I could take lessons from the graphics that you guys do. That is fantastic stuff. Our new logo's got a cowboy hat and two pistols aiming both ways, and I told somebody today about our new logo and showed it to them, and I said, we shoot you straight both directions.
I love that. That's awesome.
So
cool.
Boy, I'll tell you what, you're doing super fantastic, and keep making the great country music, and we will definitely talk again, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
So awesome.
We're going to play this next song by Brooklyn Summer. It's called Over and Done, but we're just getting started on the Tim Kelly Show, KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
See all my stuff packed up by the door and all your junk torn up on the floor. Yes, sorry, flowers in the garbage can. Keys to my deep in my right hand. Blink once if you understand. No surprise, baby, you don't get it. Guess I'm gonna have to spell it all. Boy, now you've done it, very big mistake. End of the story. Are you in the picture? A and D? Don't you come back?
hour of the best in new country starts now. On Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
See that girl over there with the perfect skin and the perfect hair. She fits into her world just perfectly. Everybody wants to know her name, wanna get her number, wanna play her game, and be invited to her sweet 16 when she looks in the mirror. Bet she don't like what she sees. 'Cause that girl made up, spending all your money, but tomorrow wanna break up. Big laugh and a big tan and a big Gucci. She's her biggest fan. I wouldn't wanna be that girl. See that girl over there, waiting by the phone but pretending that she doesn't care. But she just sits there waiting patiently. Everybody tells her he's no good, but she tells herself he's misunderstood. And slowly lets go of her dignity when she looks in that mirror. Bet she don't like what she sees. 'Cause that girl, jaded, lying in her bed, but she's the one that made it. He lies when she cries, barely holds on to a little bride. I wouldn't wanna be that girl. Playing softball with my daddy in the backyard, making wishes on shooting stars. I never wanna be that far from that girl. That
That girl is Brooklyn Summer, 13 years young, and we just wrapped up our second great radio interview. That was fun. I tell you what, she is so fun to talk to and so talented as well. Brooklyn Summer, look her all over social media, and you'll go be able to see her if you're in Nashville, Tennessee. She lives right across from Nissan Stadium and been playing a lot of great venues downtown in Nashville. Brooklyn Summer, fantastic country music on the radio tonight. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio. We are broadcasting live on our website right now from Branson, Missouri, the live entertainment capital of the world. And boy, we got some good live entertainment lined up tonight. The Nashville Roadhouse Live will hit the stage at 8 p.m. Central, featuring Mr. Tim Atwood, along with Stevie Lee Woods and the Nashville Roadhouse Live Band. If you haven't got tickets yet, come on down to the theater, grab your tickets, grab you some concessions, and get ready to hear a lot of country and a little bit of rock and roll as well. We're going to kick off hour number 2 with our good friend Jonathan Lynn. This is called One Man Show, kind of like mine on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Loving her is all I live for. Loving her, I'm the only man she wants to know, Lord. 'Cause loving her is a one-man show. Now I'm a star in her arms, with her body so soft and warm. We're singing a song that no one else knows. 'Cause loving her is a one-man show.
stage. She's the crowd, she's the words I sing out loud. And every time we do the show, it makes love stronger and lets it grow. Thank the Lord, she won't let go. She's holding on to her one-man show. I'm a star in her arms, with her body so soft and warm. We're singing a song that no one else knows, 'cause loving her is a one-man show. Loving her is a one-man show.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
Country lives right here. Country is what we do.
Today's country. More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country.
New country.
New country.
New country.
There's a grand hotel on the corner, stands the test of time. Friends meet there for coffee, talking about the years rolling by. Folks out on their porch give a wave with an easy smile. Even to perfect strangers, kindness never goes out of style. Like home.
That is brand new music from Sharon Marie White. She's a great Canadian artist, and that single is called Feels Like Home in a Small Town. And I'll tell you what, we're in a small town right now in Branson, a little over 10,000 population, but about 8.5 million come through here every year. And so it's big for tourism and the live show capital of the world. More theater seats in Branson than there are on Broadway in New York City. And we've got Carrie Ann Mitchell and Shelley Carol Drew with us from the Best of Branson podcast. How are you, ladies?
We're doing great. The Best Bets of Branson live talk show. We are loving Branson, Missouri. We've been doing this 9 years, and we're having a lot of fun, Tim.
Absolutely. I found you guys because Roger Adams came here and performed, and I told him and Bonnie about the place, and they got in with Stevie Lee Woods and was able to do a couple of shows here on a Friday, Saturday night several weeks ago, and I saw you interviewing him, and I was like, who's this Carrie Ann Mitchell lady? So that's how this happened tonight, and we're glad to meet you guys.
I was behind the
camera. You were behind the camera, okay.
She was doing all the work, and I was doing all the gabbing, I think.
Yep.
Pretty much. But we're just two middle-aged ladies that are longtime local yokels, and we're just having a really good time, sharing about the town that we love to live, work, thrive, and be in. And a lot of great talent in this city.
Oh, isn't there?
Is.
I say it all the time. We just talked to Brooklyn Summer from Nashville. She made the move from California to do what she loves to do in Nashville. They call that Music City, but I really think Branson is at least number 2 to Nashville as far as country music and the history that this town has in it.
Yeah. Well, I was here from 92 to 96 as a vocalist, and I know Shelley has been here.
I moved here in Labor Day weekend of 1997.
97,
yeah.
Okay.
And Branson's changed a lot, but
yeah.
One thing that's not changed is that a lot live music is alive and well here.
Yeah.
And there's about 158 shows here now. We got over 202 plus restaurants, and that's growing every day. 100 plus indoor-outdoor attractions, and then of course we got our 2 beautiful lakes, lots of RVing, camping, fishing, boating, whatever you want to do for all ages. There's a lot to choose from.
Absolutely.
But the music is king here.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, on our website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com, right under our logo, pretty much, you scroll down just a little bit, and you'll see a Branson city symbol with the star on it. And just click on that, and it'll give you everything you want to know about Branson, pretty much, is what there is to do here, like you mentioned, and the restaurants. And then, my first trip here was way before the landing was built, so that landing down there is phenomenal, too. Lots of good live music, that Fire and Water show. I think they spent like $2.4 million putting that thing together. So.
Yes.
Our first trip was 1973.
73.
We were so bored we watched the Little League ball game.
Yeah.
And you think about it, the Presleys and the Ballknobbers were the first.
Yep.
Silverdar City was just a little bitty thing. Then you had the Plumbers, the Lowe family, the Foggy River Boys.
Mm-hmm.
In
Cheeside, Childs, yeah, and it just spiraled from there as time went on. And it's not a blink you miss it town anymore.
Yeah. I've had the pleasure of interviewing Randy Plummer, my good friend, on this program because he's such a great performer and writes a lot of music too, and so that's awesome. And there's a lot of great tribute shows here. I know she was telling us about Dean Z, great Elvis tribute show. I haven't seen that one, but I worked for Leroy New, who does a great Marty Robbins tribute.
Yes.
He won Guitar Player of the Year back in 2010. He can do dueling banjos with just the guitar.
Yes.
And Rick McEwen, buddy of mine that used to play for Leroy, he played with Jim Stafford for 19 years. He's doing the Kenny Rogers Gambler show now at the IMAX. He's all over this theater on posters. I see him all the time coming in. Yep, there he is right there. He's looking over our shoulder. Good friend of mine. And, we talked today when we met about a lot of connections that we know and don't know. So we're going to make some new friends through this. And with the radio station and what you guys got going on in your podcast, I think we're going to have a great working relationship and be able to further country music and get a lot of these artists out there.
Well, I love it that you are promoting the indie artist because that's the way to do it. That's how a lot of these great names that become big start out.
Yeah.
And they have to start somewhere. And we get indie folks in here trying to break in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about networking, connecting with people.
Absolutely.
And getting your foot in the door, here and there, and just getting that experience under the belt. And that's what I tell a lot of young kids that I've seen, or young people or older folks starting out maybe decide they want to be a singer, get out there and start singing. Go talk to people with possible opportunities, because that's a way to do it.
Yep.
But the indie label is key, I think, and the indie radio is key.
And we're affiliated with a couple of them. A great Sony Orchard record label out of Arkansas, LakeParadiseRecords.net. They're a great show sponsor of ours. And then Major Record Distribution out of Texas.
Yes.
And I had a good conversation with Phyllis Salter-Gann. She owns SGU Universal in Texas. And we talked for a couple of hours here just recently, and we partnered up together because she does it right. I've interviewed her as a music promoter on the program, too, because she's one of the good ones out there. And those are the ones that I try to work with and help them further their careers. Speaking of a lot of talent in Branson, they've been having this karaoke contest right over our shoulder, too, that we're looking at the stage and everything. I don't know if they're doing it tonight. I think they had the finals already, but were you were in that? She's pointing.
Well, I was supposed to be, and then I got sick with asthma and stuff, and I was second runner-up for second place.
Night.
Yeah, and I like I said, I told you earlier, I used to be a gospel, Southern gospel / Christian contemporary vocalist. I've done a lot of Christian music, also in the church, and then on Christian TV ministry and Christian radio ministry, with an Associate of Arts background and degree. And then I've been in a cappella choir in college and high school, and I also play a little bit of guitar. I haven't played in a long time.
That's because I bought it.
That's because she bought it. But I mean, I play some rhythm percussion stuff too. Irish folk band. I play an Irish drum. And but I love Branson. I love it that we're getting so many wonderful people that are so talented, and they're getting the chance to be seen, heard, and listened to.
Yeah.
And that's so important.
Yep.
Don't you agree, Shell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Father, where are you at?
Just on the radio, that's all. And we were talking earlier, getting on this radio station puts everybody out to 15 other radio stations. As soon as this show's over, and I have to get back to the house tonight and send everything off, but it goes out to 3 stations in Belgium. We got Germany on board. We got Luxembourg. We're the only radio program in 93.9 in Luxembourg that has a population of over 200,000 in the UK. They're the only FM station in that area. So we've got a show on there, and it airs on Saturday. He'll play it tomorrow.
Dean Z's play there?
Luxembourg.
Dean Zelig, that's
they
in the
go
Ultimate Elvis show.
October.
Yep, Glasgow in Luxembourg.
Yes.
Yep, that's it. Yeah. So
we've got Scotland, we've got Ireland, England, Wales, little Germany, Italy, and Australia.
Yep.
That have listened to us in Japan. Yes, Asia. Can't forget our Asian folks too. But 9 years long running on Facebook, and then Shelley just, like I said, she just joined me last year and now is a full-time employee with me this year. And we're just having fun
Yeah,
doing what
that's
we love
awesome.
to do, promoting the town that we love to live in. Branson's, that 3 Chords and the Truth you were talking about, I remember reading that book. And, Branson, Missouri, we've got quite a music history. Nashville does, but so does Branson. And we've got a Song of Hope Museum. Marshall Haddon has just opened that about the history of Branson in the 90s. Of all the great celebrities, the Branson Boom that it was called, and a lot of great celebrities came here and made their mark here in Branson because of the small town feel, big city metropolis.
Oh yeah, Osmonds had a theater here. Glenn Campbell back in the day, Roy Clark,
Mel
Mickey
Tillis.
Gilly.
Yeah.
We just recently lost him about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years now. Time flies,
pretty
but
close.
But a lot of good history here. Now, the best bets of Branson, do you guys just interview the artists that put on shows here, or do you do like business people and something else?
We do business. We do business. We do business folks. We interview business owners, small mom and pop owners. We do, the entertainers that come to Branson, folks that have shows here or have had shows here a long time. And we either do them in the lobby. If they want us to do them backstage, we do. Or they come on our talk show. Or we can meet them, exclusively at wherever they would like.
Okay.
And it's about a 45 to 55-minute show max. Depending on who it is, Dean Z ran a little over because everybody wanted to hear that interview because he's pretty popular here.
Yep.
We let him kind of have free reign.
Yeah,
Just
I've done that too.
Some songs and
I try to keep it 30 on the phone-in interviews, but sometimes when I'm talking to a good friend like Brooklyn Summer or somebody like that, you know, that's the way it goes. You know, you just chat and want to catch up a little bit, and you know, it's a really neat relationship. I've had the pleasure to interview hundreds of these new country music artists, and there's just so much untapped talent out there.
Right.
And you guys are finding that out still in Branson, you know, and people are really in for a treat when they go in and watch this show at the Nashville Roadhouse Live, aren't they?
I understand this gentleman has done a lot involved in the Grand Ole Opry, and I'm really looking forward to getting down to what the story's all about there.
I thought it was a misprint, but they said he
have a story to tell. That's what we're all about.
He has performed hundreds of times at the Grand Ole Opry, so that is awesome. I really don't know who he is either. His name's Tim, so he can't be bad.
Yeah.
Keyboard?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we're really interested to get the behind the story of the man.
I grabbed a song from him, so we'll see if we can't play that tonight. And I've seen him on Larry's Country Diner too. That's a real popular TV show that I've seen several times.
I have too. Yeah. Now that you just said that.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's going to be great. You folks got to come down here to Nashville Roadhouse Live Theater, y'all. This
Absolutely.
is the place where rock meets country, and a lot of great talent on the stage, and the band is really good, by the way.
In the last couple of weeks, we've had the pleasure of interviewing Jeannie Kendall, Carl Acuff Jr., Leona Williams, and Ron last week. So we're loving this. This is my third show from here, and it will not be the last. I'm so glad that Stevie Lee let us come in and do this because we're getting the music out there to the world, but really exposing Branson to it. And that's what it's all about, is trying to get this town on board with what we got going on, because we want to be one of the best radio stations you got. You got a lot of good local talent here too, and hopefully we can get them in for some interviews like you're doing, and get some of their music on the radio too. All I need is an MP3.
There you go. Well, you know what? All it takes is initiative, drive, and a lot of dreaming.
Absolutely. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you tonight. We got Carrie Ann Mitchell and Shelley Carroll Drew. We appreciate your time tonight. Best Bets of Branson. Go check them out. And I'll be blasting all over our social media about us partnering up to help these artists and get them heard. So we want to help this next artist get heard. I had a great radio interview with him a few months ago. He had the pleasure of opening for Tim McGraw last summer on his summer tour. His name is Brandon Davis. This is called See You In It on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio. New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Do you remember that time we were sitting there beneath the porch light on a late night? You were just smiling back at me. The world took the back seat. I was hanging on your every word. Or that night we caught the late show. Your daddy didn't know we were flying down a back road. His F-150 was where I stole your heart in the Georgia dirt. I can see you in this town, and you think I'd burn it down. But every red light street sign leads me back in town to a place where I'm loving you. And I can see memories as I walk down this two-bed, one-bath home. Ain't a corner in this town your love ain't living. I know you're gone, but I see you in it. Thinking back now, I can still see summer sundress, your hair in a mess. We were everybody's dream, always be 18. Thought we had forever found. I can see you in this town, and you think I'd burn it down. But every red light street sign leads me back in town to a place where I'm loving you. And I can see memories as I walk down this two-bed, one-bath home. Ain't a corner in this town your love ain't living. I know you're gone, but I see you in it. Yeah. I tried leaving, but every time I try to cross that